Hello! Happy Friday. I hope you got the Friday feeling and you're feeling good. While I'm driving to the gym, I want to share 2 steps that I think are essential to have long-term success in fitness. If you're on the recording, do me a favour, give the like button a nice little press there. We'll have the chats. I think you're going to get some nice knowledge and learn some cool stuff. So, I remember a time when I struggled with my fitness, when I couldn't find a motivation, and I could never get any results. And actually, like, a vivid memory of actual situations where I was like, right, that's it. This time I'm changing. This time I'm gonna do only this. And the truth is, it never worked. It never worked over time, and I know why now. So the 2 steps you need is, first off, I'll give you a little story. And I suppose we're all in the same situation, that over the last, coming up on 2 years, year and a half, I was in this routine. I had this great routine, and the routine worked well, and life was good. But then we all got kicked out of routine, myself included, and all the routine habits that I had, they all fell away. And the thing about habits that fall away, they don't come back as easy as when you actually formed them initially, because maybe they were formed gradually over many months, many weeks, or many years. Okay, so sometimes when habits fall away, they don't come back straight away. But anyway, long story short, I used to train, and then we started doing online classes. So I done online classes, and I purposely made myself teach the online fitness, because I knew that was the accountability that I needed to make sure during these lockdowns, when I couldn't actually go to the gym and I couldn't meet my friends to train, that I was locked into a non-obligation. I must train at home with the online classes. So that facilitated keeping me accountable. However, I was missing the fact that normally I like doing calisthenics, I like lifting heavy weights, and as good as the online classes were amazing for me, fantastic, but our online classes, they're only around 30 minutes of training, which is fine to keep your fitness, fine to get great results if you're a beginner. But I'm not a beginner trainer. I've been training a long time, and I'd be, without blowing my own trumpet, but, I'd be used to training for a solid hour and a half instead of a 30-minute session, to try and develop my strength. And that had fallen away, and I hadn't got the habit of that anymore. And when everything opened back up, I was like, it just didn't happen. I didn't fall back into my old habits of, sometimes I'd train on my own in the gym, or I'd go to the gym on my own, or at times where I'd meet my buddies and they fell out of habits as well. So the whole thing just fell apart and there was no structure. So the first thing I recognised was, let me just get out here, this is a bit of a dodgy junction. All the junctions in Rush are dodgy. But I recognised that I didn't have the motivation to do it on my own. So I leveraged community, okay? And I've done this as well about 4 or 5 years ago. A friend of mine, Eric, runs a gym. It's called Calisthenics Ireland. And I was like, well, I'm not really motivated to do this on my own. I need to feed off other people's motivation, alright? So I started attending Calisthenics Ireland, and the motivation has been awesome. I'm back in a really strong place with my training now. I'm training out with the lads about 2 months now. I train at least twice a week. I try and get there at least twice a week. Now, some weeks, inevitably, the week slips through. I might only get 1 session in, or if we're away or whatever, I might get 0. But I can't sort of emphasise enough the power of being in a community, because I'm one of the most motivated people in the world, guys. And even I struggled. We don't appreciate the mental hardship that's been put on us over the last year and a half. You do not appreciate how much mental anxiety was put into us, and how much it's going to affect us going forward now over the next whatever months, years. So we need to get over that. And for me, I have 2 steps, but the first step was community, getting part of a community. That's why I leverage that strongly in Dinny Collins Fitness. You'll see in our group, and there's always crack and banter, and everyone supports each other, and there's friendships, and people know each other well, and it just means that the whole community. See, on your own you can go faster, they say, but together we can go further. And when it comes to fitness, we want to go further. We don't want to go fast. We don't want to lose all this weight in a month or 6 weeks. Okay, we want to lose the weight over 6 years. Not over 6 years, but for 6 years, or for 10 years, or for a whole entire life. So community is so important. And that was one of the massive players in my success of getting back into a really good zone and training, was by getting into part of a community. Now, I'll just before I go to the next step, I'll just finish with this. When you become part of a community, and do me a favour, guys, hit the like button if you're live there. It just helps the Facebook algorithm. Dinny Collins Fitness views have been terrible. If people like the posts, it just helps, and Aaron is putting out great content as well, and sometimes I think people just don't realise how much it helps, but throwing a comment in or a like or a share is so powerful for small businesses, so we really appreciate it if you can give the post a like. My second point is, when you become part of a community, you sort of have to be, I don't know if humble the right word, but I'll just explain the situation of what I put myself in. And a lot of people are struggling with the weight, because I only had a consultation with someone there during the week, and it was like, oh, will I be the heaviest there, or will I be the most unfittest? And we think of all these things. When I'm training in Calisthenics Ireland, I'll give you a laugh now, because I'd be hard on myself as well, as we all are, but when I'm training out with the boys, right, the average age there is probably about 25 years of age. It's like a scene out of 300. Do you remember that film 300, where they're all standing there about to go a big battle line, about to go into war, and it's like just 500 six-packs, there's abs everywhere. Well, it's like that out there. The boys are in their peak. As a man, you're physically stronger at 25 than you can be at 40. It's just physics. You can argue the point all you want, but it's just, I was the same when I was that age. I was a young bull. I was stronger than ever, had more testosterone. So when I'm showing up into that community, and the community is really welcoming, but for me it's almost like, look at these lads, they're all ripped, they're all in savage shape. Jeez, look at the stuff they can do. I don't think I'll ever be able to do that. And if I was to focus on what they can do and I can't do, all that would do is unmotivate me. Look how skinny that she is, and look how much I'm struggling with my weight or whatever. Okay, so I don't. All I focus on is me. And you want to see the change in me over the last 2 months of training there. The stuff I'm doing now, fair enough, I might have been able to do it 10 years ago, but I'm back there and I'm making progress. And I'm also pulling out new stuff that I've never done before. I'm getting strong enough to do, and I'm loving it. And the community encourages me, because it's not a competition. None of us are in competition with each other. We're all in competition with ourselves. Okay, so that's my very first step. Until you realise that by being part of a community, you stack the odds in your favour, and by being a lone wolf, you stack the odds against you. Okay, so finding a gym or somewhere to train, like I have with Calisthenics Ireland, or like I leverage with Dinny Collins Fitness, find a community that supports you, that you're going to enjoy training in, is step one, and that is going to be the difference between long-term and short-term success. Anyone can go to a gym for 6 months, 3 months, whatever, and have great success, but that's not what makes us happy. What makes us happy is by training and looking after our body for a life, for a whole life. Okay, not just when we get so overweight that our quality of life has deteriorated so much. Okay, so that's first thing, community. My second step, and this is essential, use these two things, you are sorted. So I mentioned that I had a consultation with a client, as I do all the time, and in typical fashion of when people are trying to lose weight. When someone comes to me and they're a couple of stone overweight, there's a lot of problems. Okay, I'm trying to be politically correct. There's a lot of problems. Okay, it's not just one thing that's going to fix their situation. All right, basically the whole situation is a mess, to put it bluntly. And and we've got a bit of work to do to tidy it up. Can we do it? Of course we can do it with the right strategy. If we have the wrong strategy, we'll fail. And that's why having the right strategy is important. So when someone comes to me and it's like, we got to fix this and this and this, and I'm not eating that, and I'm doing and it's this list of 50 things that they need to change tomorrow when they start, I'm just like, talk to the pan. But whoa, forget all that. None of that stuff matters. You've done all this before. How many times have you done this? You told me you've done it 4 times, 5 times, 3 times, whatever. People have always tried to lose weight in the past, so I'm like, listen, let's try a new strategy. Let's try Dinny's way. Okay, because Dinny's way does work. I've 12 years of running my own business to back this up, and results. And thousands of people whose lives we've changed over the years. Okay, forget all that stuff. Forget changing all this stuff. What you need to do is, for the first week, is get your ass down to Dinny Collins Fitness 3 times. That's all you need to do. Alright, yeah, come down. Yeah. But that's not all. If I see you training hard, you're out. If I see you red-faced, puffing and panting, groaning, and look like in any way that you're under pressure, you're gone. You're out of the program. And you'd be like, huh? Like, that's the exact opposite approach that I've had before. You're damn right it is, because the approach you've had before hasn't worked. That's why you're back here. So let's try a different way. Let's try a different way. This is what you need. If you want long-term success, with your health, with your fitness, with your weight, whatever, okay? You need 1, to be part of a community, and 2, you need to enjoy the bloody training, alright? And when you come from a point of being unfit or struggling with your weight, you're not going to enjoy training because you don't have the fitness to enjoy it yet. Now, I could jump around like a lunatic and I'll enjoy it and I'll love it. But 2 months ago when I started kicking off my intensive training, I couldn't. I had to respect it. I had to pull back to the level I was at. So what I like to do is teach people how to enjoy training, because if I can teach you to enjoy moving your body, and it's something that you truly enjoy, like people watch Netflix, I don't watch Netflix, but people watch Netflix because they enjoy watching Netflix, therefore they watch it consistently, alright? So the same is true when it comes to moving your body and fitness. If I can teach you to enjoy moving your body, you'll do it consistently. And if you watch Netflix, if you move your body consistently, you'll have great results. Not just short term, but for the rest of your life, because we're made to move. And how I do that is by scaling it back. Okay, you must enjoy your training. That's the only thing that matters when it comes to training. So in the beginning, for a beginner, you know, they'll be all guns blazing. I'm here now, I'm ready to go. And I've seen that so many times, and I'm just like, forget it, right? I've 10,000 of you come into my gym. You're here today and gone tomorrow. That's not the attitude. And people are very confused because this is drilled into them. This is drilled into them over many years of PTs smashing them. But I'm not into short term. I'm into long term fixes. Okay? So if you pull it back, you do a little session with me. Alright? We do 20 minutes. Okay? You leave the gym going, you know what? Everyone was really friendly there. Really friendly. Gee, I've never had that before. When I walked in somewhere, I was a bit nervous. I didn't know where to stand. And people just openly greeted me and said, what's the crack? Like, how are you? Oh, it's your first day, is it? That's the ethos of Dinny Collins Fitness community, okay? And I'd done 20 minutes of working out. And you know what? There was people there, you want to see how fit they were. It was so motivating to see them, all shapes and sizes. But I was encouraged to just look after myself and do my own little workout. And you know what? I feel bloody good after it. I'd done more than I thought I'd feel. And I can't wait to go back. This is a different approach. You know, I think this might work for me. That's the first step, okay? And these journeys happen over multiple steps, but it takes one, then takes a second one, then takes another second one. What a lot of people try and do with their fitness is they start at the bottom of the stairs and they try and jump 10 steps, and then try and jump another 10 steps, and of course they're going to fall back down the stairs with that approach, and that's why I don't do it. So there are my 2 steps. If you like the tip, please do me a favour and give the post a like. It really helps the algorithm. And maybe throw a comment in if you like the advice, or tag someone who you think might enjoy the advice. But yeah, my 2 steps are community and enjoying it. And both of those things we both have. We can learn how to do. We can teach you how to enjoy training, lads. Because there was a time in my life when I didn't enjoy this stuff. But yeah, hope you have a happy Friday. Hope you have a really good day. I'm just my way up to the gym now. If you do need any help with your fitness, with a transformation, with whatever motivation, reach out to Dinny Collins Fitness, drop us a message, and we will tell you how we'll help you. Okay, have an awesome day, happy Friday, and Dinny out.